I'm back, bitches. As soon as I see one person going forward. Yeah, I overdid the wall socket. So I moved it. I moved my compressor power source to a different socket, but that was bad because that line went up to the Wi-Fi, went directly to the modem upstairs, which sucked. It sucked. Just to get some headshots in there. An important headshot. All right, so we've got our two parts over there. We've got our 4-cup, our funnel in place. We've got our lid ready to go. We've got our compressor board. We got the compressor. At least I charged it up while the modem was down, so you didn't have to listen to that mess. So, ready to go. We've got our two overflow molds. Maybe I should put a rubber band around these guys. Elbow mold. Rubber bands. So, overflow mold ready to go. And we're ready. Always go A into B, so B goes first. I don't think it makes a fucking bit of difference with this stuff. The viscosity is so low, it's going to mix reliably every time. The only thing that's bad is as it gets older, this resin gets kind of softer and chewier casts. You don't have the hardness. Also, at the same time, they're become brittle too. Plastic isn't strong. All right. Really needs only 10 seconds, but I always go over 15. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, 13,000, 14,000. Feel it warming up in the cup already. Pour faster. Pour too much too fast, and you lose some overflow, like I just did there. That's good enough. All right, lid on. Opposite sides. Tighten. Opposite sides. Tighten equally. Don't make that much difference. You're still going to get escape there. Especially when we took a look at that lid. It's only 25 pounds. There should be, really. Oh, I got to flow now. Go for the arm, please. Rest of this going in. Foundation base. I think I screwed up the elbow. it was too viscous, too thick to go down in there correctly. So I'll probably have to clear that out. Where's my PSI right now? It's about 20, 15. That's good. Doesn't have to be much to push the bulk of the air bubbles out. But now that that's pressurizing, or excuse me, hardening, like, as a matter of fact, now the pressure doesn't make any difference because this resin is already set up to the point where it's you can't push air bubbles through it anymore. Wow. Wow. Pants mold. Pant mold. Pressure rubber bands, please. Not the crusty old ones. Fresh new. So that guy is ready to go. It's blowing out, isn't it? What if I turn on even more light? Make it balance out a little. All right. Time to weigh. Get ready to pour another. While that one is hardening up. Perfectly fine. Large plastic cup. Leg, arm, gun, leg. Put all these on. These are the remaining pieces. Let's see. I think we successfully poured one on. I think. Sure. Yeah. Now. Oh, great. Ounces. Come on. Count. 210. 210. I could go for way more because I still have a lot of the base to pour. 210. I'm going to round it up to 260. Should be able to pull the base up with that. Wow. Yay. It is, wow, 268 all by that, so that's wrong. About 144 part A. This stuff is What makes it nice for the amateur is that you don't need a scale. This pour is 1-to-1 measurement, mix ratio, but you know, I need to know for each figure how much each piece weighs so that I don't waste. So that's why I have to weigh it. Oh no! My gloves disintegrating. Gonna dip it. I'm not gonna use for stir stick. Let's time to take this off. Lid off. Good. So our resin didn't sink below the pour hole too much. All the vent holes look like they're locked up. Hopefully not too many air bubbles in that one. There always is. Just the way it is. Unfortunately, with my design. Check this thing. See. Virtually nothing in there. Just a couple of little pieces. Bring them out. Try it again. This one's good. No. I'll pour a little bit of this one too. And I clear the pour funnel and just pour some more. Unfortunately, what happens, a little bit of it goes down the sides. And that's something you have to account for when you're fit and finishing the thing. Right. This baby. Is she ready to go? Ready to take on a one-man show? I don't mind if I split the sides a little bit. It helps the air vent out. This thing fills up faster. And I see a certain leak out the sides, I can pull up on the funnel and prevent the resin from leaking out the rest of the way. All right, I have to put this back on here. I want the excess air to leak out of the tank before I turn it on. Got my pour mounts. Got my mixing cup. Will I handle that? Let's go. Safety side. Larger. You know what? Let's just reuse this cup. Oh, it's not the launch nut. It's okay if I hit some in there before. All right. Now for the deafening noise. Hopefully this won't flip the Wi-Fi. Hopefully that's enough. Like I said, I only need 20, 25 pounds for 5 minutes. This stuff sets up fast. Part A, going into the B, A, always into the B, and back, and back, and back, and back, and back, 6 seconds. Uh-oh. As fast as I can because I only got a few seconds to form my excess in the other molds. The hell? I'm hearing it. Air escaping. Wow, that's an unusually good seal. When you don't hear air escaping, get it right. It's 45 pounds. Am I supposed to pour this as well? Dang it. Too much waste. That's a good flat base. That's unusual as well. Good flat base. Yep. That's it. So too fast. That is irritating. Let's sit there and mix up a batch just to pour enough for that one little piece. I have an extra scrap piece here. All right, let's take a look at the first piece we cast. Closer to the camera. Remember, this is my backside. This is where my pour spout is. Goes into the back. There's another reason why I went to the back is because it's a lot easier. The second easiest place to deal with pour screw is the back. It's an unusually good one. Usually good. Usually I have a major air pocket somewhere in the shoulders. It's blowing out. It's hard for you guys to see. No, man. Registration around the head. A little so hot. No problem now. I don't have any problems usually fixing the registration. Issues in the head. He is. It's hot. Thermo. Or whatever you call it. Tropic. There's my air bubble. One. Let's see. And there's a bunch of pinhole ones too. Difficult to see on camera. And so that's what I have to. Those show up when you prime it, generally. This is got a fair amount of release agent on it, so I'm gonna have to clean that off carefully, or it won't paint well. All right, that's piece number one. Let's better get a box. Get a box to put in. You can still see the top here. Good. I wish the chat was close enough where I could see it. Upper torso, check. 5 more pieces to go. Probably I'll leave the base in place longer because the resin is hard enough to take. It's hard enough to pop out, but it could warp on an uneven surface over time. I can't believe this thing held 30 pounds without making a single noise. I thought my compressor wasn't working or something. Oh, it's the small successes in life. Look forward to it. Oh, dang! Wondering if I don't have a 4 deficit. So, pop this first rubber band. Take a peek. See if I can close it up if I have to. No, it's good. Awesome. All right, but it feels soft. Still feels soft, so I'll let that one set up a little while longer. And take a look at this arm. It's poured in 2 parts. Not acceptable. Not good. Okay. Now, when you're a mold maker, when you cast, who gave Christmas? Open these things up. Sometimes you get something great, and sometimes you get something shit. It's always often a surprise. You can see when I poured it in 2 stages, you can see there's a little line across the arm there. You can make it out. See that little line there? Right there. That's the second half of the resin. Second pour seeping under the first casting. This is close to the flashing. Still chewy. Really chewy. So I'll tear off a bunch of it. It's still in the chewy stage. Going with a razor, maybe. Oh, I should right now. Oh, it's still soft. How is it? soft. Might be getting a little, let it get a little old. It's still serviceable. It sucks when you pay for raw materials and you don't use them before they expire.
Why don't you just use them up, sleazy?
Well, because what I use it on may not be what people are ordering. So I need to make what they ordered. I don't have the material. It's expensive, especially the shipping nowadays. Gotta be careful. It's really easy to break off these fingers. It's the pinky. I break the pinky off every time. Smoking it in epoxy clay a lot of times. Registration in the hand, not great. These are all things that are easy to fix. All things easy to fix. So, good enough. Let's take a look at this base. I'll put it over there on my desk when I pull it out so that it won't deform. Yeah, nice and clean. That's one way to clean out your mold, is to gas something in it. Just pull it all up. Lots of different colored spray paints. It just misted down into the mold while it was sitting there. No problem, like I said. It's going to be painted anyways. Already got primer on it. Awesome. Always look on the bright side of life. Oh, the gun worked. How about that? Gun worked. Voila. It's a good one. About that. Take this into a public school. Good chance your child will be detained, arrested. Child social services sent to your house. Almost as good as a peanut butter jelly sandwich gun. Almost as good. Like that piece. Elbow Joe. Elbow, most uninteresting of the 6 pieces. If your elbow joint, you're disappointed to hear that. Elbow, it's like, oh, really? But I'm important. I hold up the gun. Connect to his shoulder. Yes, elbow. On a football team, you're the long kicking center. Specialty that no one cares about. Let's see here, break this off. Always look on the bright side. Break this off. A little long. Could have got this off while we were still chewing. 2. There you go, elbow, in all your glory. A lot of elbows have been done. Vinci did quite a few. I did. I mean, Michelangelo sculpted a few, but all pale in comparison to you, mighty elbow. All right. Now, the logs. The logs. Always look down the grass. Look like perfect. Perfect. Even my 4 screws rather already basically broken off or didn't fully fill in. The air got out. That's a beauty, see? A lot of times these things are sticking straight up. This thing is much taller. A lot of times this 4 screw. This 4 screw is a bitch to cut off without messing up parts of the legs. Yeah. There it is. Sleazy statue cast. What do you think about it? That's it. I got all my pieces and they're all very usable. I'm happy. How often? Not unusual that I have at least one piece majorly miscast bad enough where I can't use it. Not unusual. No, I will not do Tom Jones on there. I'd love to. I wish I had a picture of a finished one I could show. But I have one other thing I can pull out. Shouldn't show it because I don't make these to sell. Bar Mojo. I can get it out without breaking. Fortunately, fiberglass resin is real fragile. When we used to make these originally, that was kind of the plan. With the chain is embedded in the legs and crosses through here, and so these pieces it breaks roughly right here, and therefore it becomes more flexible and it's easier to wear. So you want the broken legs, broken bones on it. Lots of resin. Release agent on that one. I'm gonna have to clean that. It looks nice, doesn't it? All right, I guess that's it for this episode. Sorry about the break in the middle. Any questions before I go? Any questions? How about this? How about if you go into the infinite universe? The sleazy sculpt. Yes. You want to go over the pieces? Did you see them, Chris, or did you come in late? We'll pull out the box. Shall we review one more time in case anybody's late? There's the upper half. Layers like crazy. Light does not look good. There's upper half, lower half. With the flashing, complete. Gun in hand. When I redo those, I'm going to have to figure out a way to have a assembly sprue that goes into a hole. Keep the pieces together when you glue them. It's hard to keep them together when you glue them. And there's my shoulder and my other arm. And here it is. Here's my base. Dun, 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 dun. Also will serve as a belt buckle for my new sleazy costume. Yes, one of these for that. That makes sense. And that's it. Is it easier to mold or 3D print a skull? Well, definitely 3D print because you don't have to make a mold. You know, it's a lot less materials, and but 3D print still has a 3D print look. You know, it's not as bad as it used to be. I think it's getting better. It still has a sort of a lineage, kind of lines on the surface of the 3D print, if I'm not mistaken. I know it's getting better. So, something I may look into more later. The technology gets better. I had I threw it away. Do I still have it? 3D print of that same sleazy figurine. And it had to be done in 2 halves, and the stuff leaked out of these holes the way he did it, which is the, what is it, laser and resin kind of one. You know, cure the resin with light inside of a tank or something like that. And of course, there's the kind of extrudes, and those are the ones that seem to leave the lines. But this guy did not attain the level of detail that I wanted. I haven't looked into it of late, seeing what it's like now. Plastic says, and Mrs. says I look sweet. I'm not gangster at all. I have to admit it. I might as well admit it, I'm not gangster at all. Well, most situations I'm not gangster at all. All right, I'm gonna go now. And thanks for showing up. How much did the, I'll see the concurrence when I turn it off, I guess. up to 24 people. I know I made no announcement about this at all. No announcement. I knew I had to do something because that's what this, is going to keep the channel growing. And I was going to just look at my portfolio. And I was going to just look at my portfolio and talk about stuff I've done. But then I wanted to do some resin casting. I knew I had to do some. And so I thought, well, on second thought, it's nice to go live chat, talk to people, and I don't know. People like the how-to or the process videos. So I didn't expect that. I thought maybe the process videos were not that interesting. I guess they are. So okay, great. Thanks for showing up, and I'll see what I can get into down the road. I still want to do, talk about the portfolio and stuff, and I will. All right. See you guys later.